It's alright, I made a video, man. Quick video. I was gonna make a while back, but I just never do it. I mean, I can say, I'm gonna start off. FAMU looking good. I don't know if they beat Jackson State. They should. If they play like the way they did versus North Carolina, they're gonna beat Jackson State. Nebraska, they disappointing already. But I mean, the season ain't over with. So I ain't gonna make the case on Nebraska yet. They got potential. Casey Thompson, he got potential. Trey Palmer, and Dakota's Crawford, he injured right now. Hopefully they get him back very soon. So I ain't gonna knock Nebraska yet like everybody else. No, I'm not gonna do that. Cause like I say, if they win the rest of the games, then beat Oklahoma, and then let's say have a good season, go 8-4, and then win a bowl game and go 9-4. I mean, hey, you make up for the season, the Northwestern game, whatever. But either way, Florida State, they running back, they running game looking pretty good. I knew you could say, that they didn't play nobody, which they didn't, but the running backs got potential. They making good cuts and spin moves and all that. Maybe they keep it up. Maybe they got LSU. They got LSU Sunday. They got LSU next Sunday. So we gonna see. I mean, they keep the game close in Death Valley. They make it, a 17-20 game. They got potential. A very good potential. I predict, Florida State to go 8-4 anyway. I was finna make a video about it, but it's like I was finna make a video about Florida State. But it's like, oh well, I ain't gonna make time. I ain't worried about Florida State. I'm like 35 miles from Florida State, 38 miles. So, I keep up with them a lot. Talk junk. Either way, this video is about Georgia wide receivers, man. Like, my heart, I'm gonna give you an honest opinion about Georgia wide receivers. Cause I'm gonna be real with you. It ain't looking good for wide receivers that come to Georgia, and wide receivers on the Georgia team now. It's like, it hurt. That's why I say it hurt Arian Smith. I had high hopes for Arian Smith. I said Arian Smith was gonna be possibly a first round pick, top 50 pick this year. And then 2 weeks later, dude, hurt his foot. Then he, ankle. Then he out, 4 games, 4 to 5 games. Then it's probably, it's just tough. Because with his speed, with the tight ends and all that, man, it just made the defense just work 2 times harder to stop the underneath routes and try to tackle Brock Bowers and Derek Gilbert, Darnell Washington, them. The defense going to try to tackle them. And then you focus on them. You got Arian Smith running 150 miles per hour past you, and just hopefully Stetson can put it on in front of him, so he don't have to slow down and get tackled, or whatever. Either way, so it's like, yeah, Arian Smith, he not gonna be the reason why we just can't move the ball on offense, but he hurt because he was supposed to have a breakout year this year, as everybody else thought. So all the sports analysis, they thought he was gonna have a breakout year too. So it just ain't me being, a homer or whatever, what y'all say, delusional, bias and all that. Nah, I mean, 247 Sports, all them got him as, as a breakout player, because the film don't lie. I mean, you see him, blowing past DBs and splitting them with ease. You feel me? Like, that's enough right there. Either way. So it's like, Georgia, this is how Georgia's gonna be, man. Like, let's talk about the recruiting. Like, we lost Anthony Evans to Oklahoma, yesterday. Tough. He like, 5'10", very fat dude, like 4'3", 4'35", 4'3" spit, 4'36" speed, playmaker. Lost in Oklahoma. I mean, but that's just how it is, man. Like, Georgia we got Yazzie Haynes, dude from Pennsylvania. He got he run like a 4.43, 4.44. Very fast too. But that's how Georgia football gonna be, man. Like 2020 class, No, 2019 class. It's like George Pickens, Don Blaylock, you know. He was like, okay, you got them. Then Don Blaylock to his ACL, set him 2 years back, you know. It's like, man, then George Pickens, you know. We thought we was gonna have a breakout year, you know, last season, 1,100 yards, you know, 12 touchdowns, go first round. He tears ACL in March. And it's like, man, like we out another wide receiver. They was supposed to go first round. Then fast forward, like, okay, we got Jermaine Burton. Maybe he had 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns, you know, and go first round. Then he transferred Alabama. So, you know, and the whole, like, right now it's like, we're not going to have it this year, you know. Like I said, I'm going to get the thing. You know, what it is, Georgia's just, like, Georgia's 2020 class got Jermaine Burton, Marcus Roman, Aaron Smith, you know, and Justin Robinson. Two of those dudes transfer. You know, two of those transfer. Justin Robinson, Mississippi State, Jermaine Burton, Alabama. And two of those dudes had major injuries. You know, Aaron Smith had multiple injuries, three meniscus, you know, ankle, you know, all that. A broken leg, you know, some that put you out the game completely. You know, then Marcus Roman Jackson, we all know he had that fractured ankle versus Florida in 2020. You know, still recovering. You know, he had hamstring problems last year. So right now, and you know, in Lab McConkey in 2020, you know, he was late comer. So right now we got, you know, 2020, Lab McConkey, Aaron Smith, who gonna miss 4 or 5 games, probably gonna have to come a senior year. He gonna transfer. Hopefully he don't transfer. You know, hopefully he fight through and come back a senior year and ball out. You know, then you got Marcus Roman Jackson, who is unknown right now. You know, he shown flashes what he can do, you know, when the ball in the air. But you know, he hasn't been on the field because he can't stay healthy. But he's a good blocker, you know, either way. But, you know, that's not going to get you the first round by blocking. Unless you're a tight end or something, or O-line. But either way. So it's like, then 2021, you know, A.D. Mitchell, right now, he our only hope right now. So far, he's our hope. Like, unless somebody steps up right now, you know, the 2024 draft looking good for having first round wide receiver, A.D. Mitchell. You know, hopefully he don't have no major injury, so he goes second, third round too. You know, if he stay healthy, you know, he might be the first round wide receiver, the first wide receiver to get 1,000 yards since Terrence Edwards. You know, but like I say, that's far down the line, and maybe this year he have 1,000-yard receiver though. I doubt it, but in 2020 we got, you know, Jackson Meats, who Kirby Smart loves talking about. He just can't stay healthy either, you know. Then we got who else? 2021. We got Jackson Meats, A.D. Mitchell. Yeah, I think it was the main ones. Mine went blank. You know, I don't think we don't sound like 2 wide receivers in 2021 class. You know, 2 or maybe 3. But we ain't really signed nobody. Then 22 class, we got Denali Morissette, you know, Dylan Bell, who been getting a lot of hype. Denali Morissette, he hyperextended his knee, you know, so, you know, he ain't been really healthy. Then, you know, Dylan Bell been getting a lot of hype. I like, you know, I'm gonna get to that. Dylan Bell, Chandler Smith, 4.33 speed, you know, all that. Cold Spear, you know, he the low 3-star, but he got like 4 speed, you know, like a Lab McConkey. So, you know, Georgia got wide receiver. You know, they just ain't very high ranked dudes, you know. But that's the thing, it's just our tight end still in the show. It's not we ain't got weapons. You know, it's just our tight ends. Like, you got Brock Bowers, best tight end. Eric Gilbert, who could be a first round pick. You know, most likely gonna be a second round pick, you know. Because like I say, I made a video a while back, he skipped the whole year. And he gonna have to have a dominant year this year, so NFL teams could forget about the year he skipped. That they don't know why. You know, he's gonna have to dominate, you know. And then you got Darnell Washington, and then Oscar Delp, who gonna all play. And it's like our wide receivers, like Kiara Jackson, like he gonna probably go fifth or sixth round. Unless like I'm just being real. As special teams, he gonna probably have a good year special team. Unless he just have a Kadarius Toney type year in his fifth year, he just ball out. He probably gonna go fifth, sixth round. Then you got like I say for how it gotta go down, cause it's hard, man. Like honestly, like Jermaine Burton, if you was been, you like okay, he gonna go first round, possibly first, second round, But it's like now I'm looking, it's like Lab McConkey, like I said, I think he stayed all 4 years, 4 to 5 years, But maybe, like I said, maybe Lab McConkey have a breakout year, and he have a good year, and he go fourth round, like Cooper Kupp or something. I ain't comparing him to Cooper Kupp, but maybe go fourth round, third or fourth round. Then, we got Don Blaylock. Maybe he have a break. I've been hearing he had a good camp, but he been balling out. So maybe Don Blaylock comes back and he look very good. He go fourth, fifth round or something. Like Kiara Jackson and Lab McConkey. So that'll be 3 wide receivers in the fourth, fifth round at Georgia. And then with Marcus Roman Jackson, who have show potential this year, and he comes back a senior along with Aaron Smith. And then you have A.D. Mitchell, a junior A.D. Mitchell, and then a senior Marcus Roman Jackson and Aaron Smith, Then the other players that we don't know about, like maybe Dylan Bell, Denia Morissette, steps up, and Chandler Smith and all the other dudes, Jackson Meats, and that's the case, And then with Eric Gilbert and Darnell Washington leave, when Brock Bowers come back, Georgia's still gonna be, they'll have a 5-star QB or high, Carson Beck maybe. Carson Beck most likely, throwing in the ball next year, or Brock Vandagriff are gonna start whoever, So it's like Georgia okay in wide receivers, man. It's just they kind of stay healthy, and that's the thing. People like, oh, Georgia wide receiver this. I already said it in my other video. I'd rather have Eric Gilbert and Brock Bowers than any other college team duo. I'll take Brock Bowers and Eric Gilbert over JSN and then Mika Ibuka, JSN and Marvin Harrison, JSN and Julian Fleming. Any wide receiver duo you can name. I mean, you feel me? Like if it ain't no Jamar Chase and Jalen Waddle, or some. Well, see, they already passed. They already passed. They ain't fair comparison. They already proved themselves. But any wide receiver duo, JSN, Jordan Addison, Josh Downs, Jordan Addison, Jermaine Burton, and Keyshawn Butte. You can. I mean, I would. That's me being a fanboy and being a homer. That's why I ain't tripping about the wide receivers. Like, yes, I want to see wide receivers shine and go first round. But it's like, you got to work with what you got and win with what you got. Right now, Georgia tight ends is still in the show away from the wide receivers. It's not Georgia don't have weapons. And people say, oh, you can't win with tight ends. Win national championship with tight ends. How you can't? Like, you got to read. This ain't no just ordinary tight ends. Way they gonna they may get drafted, These are game changers tight ends. And I ain't gonna say like Kyle Pitts, because Kyle Pitts went fourth, that's just unfortunate. That's the bar, Tight end going fourth, and like I think who went a while back, it was one tight end went for Iowa, who went very high, Either way, that's so. I ain't gonna say like Brock Bowers gonna be a top 4, top 5 pick. Eric Gilbert with top 5 pick, but you can win a championship, a repeated natty. That's why I got Georgia in the natty championship and winning, cause it's like, how do you stop that? And you gonna sprinkle in the wide receivers, Kerry Jackson, don't get it twisted. Kerry Jackson was Georgia lead receiver in 2020. A.D. Mitchell is looking like, a star, a potential star, like I said. And then you got Lad McConkey, who's been consistent. I don't knock on wood. He been healthy. And he could kill you too. The minute you sleep, because Lad McConkey been killing Keely Ringo. We gonna, I don't know how good Keely Ringo gonna be, but he been killing Keely Ringo problems. And you can't sleep on Lad McConkey. He's showing the Auburn game. He cooked them. He cooked the DB like 2 or 3 times. Sauced them up. Lad McConkey and versus Alabama, that screen pass. He made like 2 or 3 dudes miss. That's what I'm saying. Like, people look at Georgia Rivals, like, oh, they ain't got, like A.D. Mitchell 3-star. Lad McConkey 3-star. But they good. You turn on the film, those dudes are good. So that's why it's like, people talk about Georgia Rivals receivers, they don't get it twisted, they do. It's just they get overshadowed by the tight end room, in which Brock Bowers, Eric Gilbert, like Darnell Washington, Oscar Dill, like those dudes gonna take away from the wide receivers, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Georgia wide receivers that's getting overthrown by the tight ends. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. And that's how it's gonna be. Like Georgia's I'm fine with that. You give me high-ranked tight ends, and then the underrated 3-star and 4-star wide receivers, I will take that. Definitely if they running 4.3s, I will take that. You feel me? Like, that's just how I am. Because you got Brock Bowers, bigger and faster than most DBs. Well, I didn't say bigger because, they obviously do 6'4", 235. But faster than most DBs in college football. Then you got Eric Gilbert, who's just the highest rated tight end of all time. Dude's just very talented. As we seen in G-Day, nobody could check him. And what you could do with Eric Gilbert. Dude could do everything. Darnell Washington, 6'8", 270. They say he in the best shape he ever been in Georgia. How can you do? That's what I personally like. They can carry you to the championship off that. Defense do their job, and Stetson been do his job. And the O-line, I want to get started on the O-line. The O-line probably gonna be the best in college football. But like I said, this video is about Georgia wide receivers, and it's like who can, like Aaron Smith had the highest chance to be your first round pick this year on Georgia wide receiver room. But it's like, who can be that star wide receiver that just go first round? And it's like, it's hard. I don't see it this year at Georgia. Like, Lad McConkey, like I said, Kerry Jackson probably gonna go 5th round. Lad McConkey, I don't know if he's gonna stay. He's probably gonna stay a senior. So, the best case scenario, and it's sad to say it, like, I don't wish injuries upon nobody. But only how, like I said it multiple times, like only how Georgia would have like a first-round wide receiver like a breakthrough would be if A.D. Mitchell and Lad McConkey go down and Marcus Roseman-Jackson steps up. Marcus Roseman-Jackson be like Jeremiah Holloman, what Jeremiah Holloman should have been, because Jeremiah Holloman was a predicted first-round pick, and then he had an altercation, he get kicked out the team, and I don't even want to reminisce about that. But either way, that's the only how. If like A.D. Mitchell go down, none serious, but he just missed 5-6 games, and then Lad McConkey somehow missed 5-6 games, and in those 5-6 games, because Don Blaylock, with them 2 ACL injuries, it's gonna be tough for him to get a high first round. Not just high first round. It'd be a first round pick in general. Second round pick, even maybe 3rd round pick. Like I say, Don Blaylock gonna probably be a 4th round pick. When he leaves Georgia. Maybe he proved me wrong. He just balls out. And NFL teams don't even look at that. But so like I said, right now Kerry Jackson look like a 5th, 6th round pick. Lad McConkey look like a 4th, 5th round pick. Don Blaylock looking like a 4th, 5th round pick, which is okay. That's not bad at all. When you given the fact you got Darnell Washington and and Brock Bowers who gonna be a first round pick, and Eric Gilbert gonna be a top 50 pick. Now, that's not bad at all. You sprinkle it in. Then you got the running backs who are very good running backs. So that's not if those dudes go 4th, 5th round, they not bad at all. I take it. But like I said, Marcus Roman Jackson can have that year. Like he could just have that year this year. He just take over and he just snatches the ball out of there and he just have 850 yards, 10 touchdowns. Which is the big ass though. That's the big ass. Given the fact I already made a video about Georgia tight ends. Like I think Eric Gilbert, given Georgia played 15 games, he stay healthy. I think Eric Gilbert have that 1,000 yards this year. He may have that 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, and Brock Bowers have 600 yards, 12 touchdowns, 11 touchdowns, and Darnell Washington have 700 yards. Not to the back, flip around. Brock Bowers, Eric Gilbert have not 1,000 yards. He have 11,000 yards. He break 1,000 yard crush. He have 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Brock Bowers have 750 yards, 12 touchdowns, and Darnell Washington have like 600 yards, 8 touchdowns. Then it's like, where do the wide receivers come in and play? And I was just looking with Aaron Smith going down. Maybe I thought he was gonna be the 1,000-yard wide receiver, because it ain't hard for him to have 100 yards a game. He gonna get explosive 2 or 3 explosive catches for 40, 50 yards. That's just how it is. So, but it's like now I don't see it. Like I don't see. Like I said, unless all the tight ends go down and the wide receivers is forced to play more, I just don't see where like Georgia wide receivers just come into play and just have 1,000 yards. And like I said, unless A.D. Mitchell and Ladd McConkey go down, Georgia's tight end is gonna take over, man. And then ain't nothing the defense can do to stop it. Unless the quarterback just can't get it to him. But I don't see how they messed it up, being them 6-4 and up. So it's like, let me know what y'all think. But like I said, I take Brock Bowers and Eric Gilbert over any receiving duo you can name in college football right now. I ain't saying like who already done. Like, don't give me no, would you take him over Jamar Chase and Julio Jones? Like, no, don't give me no crazy mess like that. I mean, that's not even fair. I'm talking about right now in college football. I would take, Josh, them over Josh Downs and Keyshawn Boutte. Like I said, Keyshawn Boutte, just saying, yes, I would take Eric Gilbert and Brock Bowers over them. Because they're just, you just can't do nothing with them. Dudes who could box you out and got hands like your wide receiver. Got hands like your favorite wide receiver. And can move as fluidly, not, that. I ain't gonna say they're gonna make 2 or 3 dudes miss, with the ball in the hand like Keyshawn Boutte and not run dudes like Keyshawn Boutte, but they got hands like Keyshawn Boutte and they can go get the ball like a Keyshawn Boutte. And, and they are more harder to, when the ball in there, it's more harder to stop. As we seen, Bowers do to Alabama. He broke like 2 or 3, 4 tackles and scored a touchdown. He was, either way, man, I gotta get up out of here. I said I wasn't gonna make this video long, but you know how I am, man. It's like when I get to spin fast, I just don't know when to cut it off and stop. And it's like, man, like, don't get it, like I said, don't get it twisted. Georgia got wide receivers, man. And we probably not gonna sign no 5-star wide receiver no time soon. Unless Nakor, 2024 class. Nakor, he just break through and he ended up being a 5-star wide receiver for Motion. But like, and that's the thing, like, we got Landon Thomas, he committed to Georgia 2024. He a 5-star tight end. And it's like, Georgia gonna be putting tight ends in the first round like it's wide receivers for other schools. Like, that's how Alabama, LSU, Ohio State, how they gonna be putting for wide receivers in the first round. Georgia gonna be putting tight ends in the first round. This is what this video about. Don't get it twisted. Georgia got with like like Eric Gilbert might be a first round pick. Darnell Washington gonna probably be a second, third round pick. Brock Bowers gonna follow that up. He gonna most likely be a first round pick. Then you're gonna have an Oscar Delp, who's gonna be a first round, second round pick. Giving these dudes stay healthy. Then after that, you're gonna probably have a Pierce Sperling in the 2023 class. Gonna be a first, second round pick. 6'6", 220 already. Then you follow that up with Atlanta Thomas. Who is getting hyped to be like the next Eric Gilbert, where he just dominating competition, and in the competition he playing at Moultrie, and he already getting hyped to be a top 10 player in the class. He a 5-star right now. He like 25th player in the class right now, but he's getting hyped to be a top 5, top 10 player in the class when it's all said and done. So he might be a first, second round pick. So it's like, where do the wide receivers get shine, and what wide receiver gonna be a first round pick, man? Like Dylan Bell, and back to that, Georgia, don't get to it. Georgia always have a true freshman wide receiver. What is it? Past few years, 2019 was George Pickens and Don Blaylock. 2020 was Jermaine Burton. 2021 was A.D. Mitchell. 2022, Dylan Bell been getting a lot of hype, and it could be Dylan Bell. I already said he remind me of Deebo Samuel, so maybe it be him. But let me know what y'all think, man. He probably ain't gonna make it this far. I don't talk 27 minutes. Maybe it's entertaining. That's the thing about me, man. I could talk 27, 30, 40 minutes without saying one single cuss word, man. Come on, man. Who knows do it better than me? I'm underrated. It what it is, though. I could, 27 minutes, I ain't say not one cuss word, man. Come on, man. Cause you gotta give a young credit, man. Either way, let me know what y'all think, man. Georgia wide receivers like getting overthrown by the tight ends, and is that how it's gonna be? Like, is Georgia tight ends gonna be the standard? Where it's like how Ohio State be putting, put 2 wide receivers in the first round, and Alabama put 2 wide receivers in the first round. That's gonna be Georgia tight ends gonna be the new day and age era, where like Georgia is predicted gonna have a first round tight end every year. Let me know what y'all think, man. And I'm hyped, about to see the season start. It's in a few more days. Go Dogs, man. Yes, sir.